What's up, guys? I know you're gonna like this video because most YouTube channels have an audience of like little kids, but this YouTube channel has an audience of a lot of older guys. And today I'm skating a big, wide, 9.75 inch Green Giant Anti-Hero skateboard deck. And this is one of my favorite all-time skateboard decks. It's pretty much the same shape as those Jeff Grosso boards, but it's a little bit smaller. I used to skate a 10.75 Jeff Grosso Anti-Hero, and now I am skating a 9.75 Green Giant, perfect shape. This board is overkill for this park. I got big 60mm wheels, Thunder 161s, and a 9.75 inch deck, and this park is a skate plaza. It's a street park. I'm also trying out something really cool on this deck. This is the tail block off my Mode freestyle board. So it's made by Mode, and I'm gonna try it on a regular board, try to do flip tricks and stuff like that. I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna save the board. I'm excited about this video. So normally at a park like this, I would skate this little skinny trick stick popsicle deck board, like an 8.25 or something like that, 8.5. And I would skate that with Thunders and just smaller Bones wheels, because this park works well with a small board and small wheels because it's really a tech park. It's for flip tricks and manuals and stuff like that. So I live in Lexington, and there we've got Woodland and we've got Berry Hill. This board is more suited for those parks because Woodland is really rough and you need bigger wheels. There's also a lot of transition, and Berry Hill is basically just one big bowl and no street whatsoever. So this board is more suited for those parks. So this thing is a heavy board, especially with all this extra stuff on there. So I've been skating this for a little while, and I've been doing some flip tricks and some mini ramp skating, skate park skating, and I like this tail block on a regular skateboard deck. It makes just as much sense to put this on a regular skateboard as it would to put this on a freestyle deck, maybe even more, because on a regular board, I really pop a lot and I destroy the tail way before I destroy anything else. And this hasn't messed up my pop. In fact, since this board is so much higher than my normal board and I've got risers and bigger wheels, bigger everything, it feels the same. So that kind of evened the pop out. So if you go to a steeper board and you feel like your pop's not working, adding this actually fixes that problem. Without this, I would feel like the board's a little bit too high and too steep, but that lowers the tail in a way. It lowers the pop. The only thing that this messes up for me is blunts. So with a blunt, I have to push right on the tip of the tail to be able to pop out. And this does kind of mess up my blunts. But besides that, it hasn't really messed up my ollies or anything like that. So if you can't do a blunt to fakie anyway, or if you don't want to, if you don't skate ramps, this works great. And I think this actually helps for tail slides and stuff like that. It feels like it actually slides better than the tail. So I've got two rails right now. I usually just have one, and the reason I usually just have one is because when you're coming off of a rail out of a board slide and you have two rails, you feel this weird dip because the rail hits the middle of the board and then has to slide over the rail, so the board dips down a little bit. With just one rail, I feel like it slides better and more consistently and everything like that. So the two rails, probably not the best idea. These rails are also old, and when Welcome rails get old and you've skated street and rough ledges and stuff with them, they're actually slower than just having no rails. So I feel a lot of drag right now with these rails. Also, this board is just really heavy. It's extremely heavy, but it's fun to skate. It's definitely good for skating mini ramp, and it's a good shape for flip tricks too. It works for flip tricks, but it is a heavy setup right now. So you can do flip tricks and stuff on this board. It feels pretty good for that kind of stuff for me personally, but also I'm kind of used to this shape. I'm used to skating that Jeff Grosso board that was 10.75 and this is 9.75 and pretty much the same shape. I really do like this, but the problem with that is once you get used to this shape, it's hard to go back to a popsicle deck. It's hard to do 3 flips and stuff because this gives you so much room for your feet to land. And the reason I don't want you to get used to this shape is because with pandemics and stuff, sometimes it's hard to get this board. It took me a while to get another board like this because they were just out of stock for a long time. And the way the world is, something else bad is probably gonna happen within the next few years. It might be hard to get a board like this, but a popsicle shape, you're always gonna be able to find that stuff in stock. So back in the early 2000s, 7.5 was the standard board size. That was the most popular size. Now it's either 8.25 or 8.5. That's what everybody skates. I hardly ever see anyone skate anything other than 8.25 and 8.5 at any skate park around here at least. So it's good to be used to the standard board size just so you can get a board at a skate shop. Because if I'm going to a skate shop around here trying to get a board like this, I'm not gonna find anything over 9 at most any skate shops. These trucks are bigger than 9 inches, and most skate shops don't offer boards that are bigger than 9 inches. You can't skate a 9-inch board with trucks that are bigger than 9 inches because that's gonna really mess with your flip tricks. The tailbone was a good idea. I took this off my mode board, so this is a mode tailbone. And this thing is saving the board. You can see it's really wearing down on one side compared to the other. But this thing has saved my tail. The tail is still in great shape. And I'm gonna keep skating these on my skateboards. I like this thing. Also, it helps me with my pop. Like I can have higher trucks and still have the same kind of pop that I would have if I had lower trucks and smaller wheels. So I really hope this video was helpful to you guys. If you enjoy this kind of content, reviews, tutorials, and videos about what I'm learning as I grow as a skateboarder, then hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.